What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex. And I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, sirski. All right, so, man, we got, man, this is crazy, bro. One of my favorite of all-time shows back in the day when I was a little younger. Diff'rent Strokes, man. They say that the Diff'rent Strokes got disturbing hidden things, bro. Oh, sorry. Disturbing hidden things. Now, on that note, what could be so disturbing about the Diff'rent Strokes show, sitcom? Hey, I don't know. But I guess that's what we're here for, right? That's what we're here for. All right, let's get it. Icy.
Can I get you something? I just made
Turn up a little bit.
this for myself.
I'm really not hungry, and besides, it's pretty close to dinner.
Okay.
Do you have any sardines and graham crackers?
Listen to Howard Stern, and we've got
Sardines and
Dana
graham
Plato, the
crackers.
star of the very popular Diff'rent Strokes, which was canceled a few years back. And there she is. Whoa, you look great.
Oh, thank you, Howard.
If there's one TV series many people still remember with so much nostalgia, it is Diff'rent Strokes. It brought joy to households, captivating attention for almost a decade.
It did.
But as we've begun discovering with other TV shows, it seems this show had its own dark sides too. Perhaps this disturbing side is best seen from the life of Dana Plato. Known for her iconic role as Kimberly Drummond in the hit television show, the actress led a life marked by highs and lows, mirroring the very industry that thrust her into the limelight. Plato's journey from a beloved child star to a troubled adult unveils the disturbing side of the entertainment world and its impact on young actors.
Down in Jamaica, they've got lots of pretty.
Despite her immense talent and wholeheartedness, Dana fought hard to reduce massive racial segregation at the hands of Hollywood handles and even some members of her cast. But being a strong woman, she remained focused, fighting for equality for fellow Black cast members. Her story is a stark reminder of the perils that often lurk behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, especially for those who grow up in the public eye. Delving into the chapters of Dana's life, we'll uncover the struggles she faced and the forces that contributed to her tragic demise. We'll also get to discover her legacy on
man,
Diff'rent
she
Strokes, a pioneering show that not only entertained millions, but also broke barriers and opened doors for Black artists in the 80s. This is the story of Dana Plato. Diff'rent Strokes premiered on NBC in 1978, introducing television audiences to the Drummond family. The series revolved around Philip Drummond, a wealthy Manhattan businessman who adopts two African-American brothers, Arnold and Willis Jackson, from Harlem. The show broke new ground by addressing social and racial issues with humor and sensitivity, reflecting the
Hold on, wait a minute, bro. I got to peek this right here. Now, I know Harlem is very into fashion. They very into fashion in Harlem. Bro, but this is shows in 1970, the late 70s. And Willis got on a Lacoste shirt, bro. Bro, Willis got on a Lacoste shirt in the set. Maybe it could have been the 80s, but still yet.
ground by addressing social and racial issues with humor and sensitivity, reflecting the evolving societal attitudes of the time. Amid this revolutionary portrayal of a mixed-race family, Dana Plato was cast as Kimberly Drummond, the biological daughter of Philip Drummond. Dana's character was that of a sweet, loving sister to Arnold and Willis, with her storyline often revolving around typical teenage experiences and challenges. The role of Kimberly Drummond was Dana Plato's most significant and recognizable role. It allowed her to demonstrate her acting skills and establish a strong presence in the entertainment industry. Her performance was widely praised, and she became a beloved figure among the show's fans. Diff'rent Strokes was a hit, quickly becoming one of NBC's top-rated shows. The series had a significant cultural impact, shaping television programming in the 1980s and beyond. Its success was not only a testament to the talented cast and crew, but also to the show's willingness to tackle important social issues. As Diff'rent Strokes continued to gain popularity, the young stars of the show, including Dana, became household names. The fame and attention were overwhelming for the young actors, who were thrust into the spotlight at such a young age. This sudden rise to stardom had a profound effect on their lives, shaping their futures in ways they could not have imagined. The pressures of child stardom are immense and often detrimental to the well-being of young actors. The industry, while offering opportunities for fame and fortune, also poses significant risks. Child stars are often subjected to long working hours, intense public scrutiny, and a lack of normalcy in their lives. These factors can contribute to a sense of isolation and vulnerability that can have lasting effects on their mental and emotional health. In addition to the pressures of child stardom, the cast of Diff'rent Strokes faced additional challenges unique to their situation. The show's portrayal of a mixed-race family was groundbreaking, but it also brought about its own set of challenges. Dana and colleagues had to navigate a landscape that was often divided along racial lines, with the entertainment industry being no exception. That said, the impact of Diff'rent Strokes on television and popular culture cannot be overstated. The show was a pioneer in many ways, addressing issues that were often considered taboo or too controversial for primetime television. It also paved the way for future generations of Black actors, breaking down barriers and challenging stereotypes. Dana Plato's story is one of a meteoric rise and a tragic fall, a tale that speaks to the pitfalls of early fame and the relentless pressure of living in the public eye. Born on November 7, 1964 in Maywood, California, Plato was thrust into the spotlight at a young age. Her cherubic features and natural charisma landing her roles in television commercials, and eventually her breakthrough role as Kimberly Drummond on the hit sitcom Diff'rent Strokes. The show, which aired from 1978 to 1986, brought Plato immense fame. As the adoptive sister to the characters played by Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges, she became a household name, her character emblematic of the sunny, wholesome image of American adolescence. However, behind the scenes, the young actress struggled with the realities of her life, contrasted sharply with her on-screen persona. After Diff'rent Strokes ended, Plato found it difficult to transition to adult roles. She faced typecasting and found that her career options were limited. The strain of these professional disappointments was compounded by personal challenges. Dana had started to use alcohol and drugs during her time on the show, a coping mechanism that escalated into a dependency. Her life became a series of personal upheavals: a marriage at 19 to rock guitarist Lanny Lambert, the birth of her son Tyler, and an eventual divorce that led to a battle over custody and financial strife. The pressure and isolation that came with her faltering career and personal life led to increasingly erratic behavior. In 1991, in a desperate attempt to make ends meet, Dana committed armed robbery at a video store in Las Vegas. Arrested and charged, she received a sentence of 5 years probation. Later, she forged prescriptions for Valium, which led to another arrest. The media coverage of her legal troubles and struggles with substance abuse was relentless and unforgiving. Dana's attempts at a comeback included ventures into roles that starkly contrasted with her wholesome image, including posing for Playboy and starring in low-budget films. But these efforts failed to revive her career. As the 1990s progressed, her life seemed to spiral further out of control, a narrative of lost potential that was played out in the tabloids. The end came on May 8, 1999, one day after her final interview on Howard Stern's radio show, where she attempted to dispel the rumors of her ongoing drug abuse and insisted she was clean. Dana and her then-fiancé, Robert Menchaca, were staying in his RV in a parking lot in Moore, Oklahoma, when she took a lethal dose of prescription drugs, including Lortab, a painkiller, and Valium. Her death was ruled as an accidental overdose by the coroner, but the circumstances left many to wonder whether the overdose was unintentional or a final desperate act to escape a life that had become unbearable. The actress's death at the age of 34 was a somber epilogue to a life that had once shown so much promise. It served as a stark reminder of the human cost of fame and the vulnerability of child stars, particularly those who are unable to navigate the transition to adulthood in the unforgiving glare of the spotlight. In the years following her death, Dana has often been remembered as a cautionary tale. Her struggles and untimely demise a touchstone for discussions about the exploitation of child actors and the responsibility of the entertainment industry to protect its most vulnerable performers. But just how did she get to that point? As Diff'rent Strokes soared in popularity, the young stars found themselves in a whirlwind of fame and success. The exposure was immense, and they became instant celebrities, recognized everywhere they went. With this newfound fame came both opportunities and challenges that would test their resilience and shape their future paths. For Dana, the role of Kimberly Drummond was both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it provided her with a
Dang,
platform
bro.
to showcase her acting talent and opened up doors for future opportunities in the entertainment industry. On the other hand, the pressures and expectations that came with being a child star were overwhelming. As mentioned, the entertainment industry can be a harsh environment for young actors, especially those who achieve success at an early age. The pressure to maintain a certain image, meet the expectations of fans and producers, and balance work with normal childhood experiences can be overwhelming. These pressures can often lead to mental and emotional struggles that can have lasting effects on a person's life. Dana was no exception to these challenges. As she grew older and the show continued to gain popularity, the demands on her time and energy increased. She was expected to maintain her wholesome image as Kimberly Drummond, even as she navigated the normal ups and downs of adolescence. The pressure to conform to the expectations of the entertainment industry can often lead young actors to make choices that are not in their best interest. For Dana, the lack of a normal childhood and the intense scrutiny of the public eye contributed to a sense of isolation and vulnerability. In addition to the pressures of child stardom, Dana also had to navigate the complexities of her personal life. Like many young actors, she found it difficult to separate her on-screen persona from her real-life experiences. This blurred line between fiction and reality can often lead to confusion and a loss of identity. The impact of these challenges on Dana's life was significant. The strain of maintaining her image as Kimberly Drummond, coupled with the lack of normalcy in her life, took a toll on her mental and emotional well-being. These factors, combined with the pressures of the entertainment industry, contributed to a downward spiral that would ultimately lead to her tragic demise. As Diff'rent Strokes progressed into the 1980s, the cast and crew faced numerous challenges and changes that would significantly impact the show and its legacy. The entertainment landscape was evolving, and the show needed to adapt in order to remain relevant and maintain its high ratings. One of the significant challenges faced by the show was the departure of Dana, who played the beloved character Kimberly Drummond. Dana's departure was a significant loss for the show, as she had become a fan favorite and an integral part of the Diff'rent Strokes family. Her absence created a void that was difficult to fill and left the producers scrambling to find a suitable replacement. Her departure was not the only challenge faced by the show. As the 1980s progressed, the television landscape began to change, with new shows and genres emerging that appealed to different demographics. Diff'rent Strokes had to compete with these new shows and find ways to remain relevant and appealing to its audience. In addition to the changes in the television landscape, other cast and crew members also had to contend with the personal struggles and challenges faced by its stars. Todd Bridges, who played Willis Jackson, faced his own set of challenges as he struggled with substance abuse and legal troubles. These personal struggles had a significant impact on the show and its cast, further complicating the challenges faced by the producers. But despite these challenges, Diff'rent Strokes remained a beloved and iconic show that continued to resonate with audiences. Its ability to tackle important social issues and provide a platform for talented young actors like Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges helped cement its place in television history. As the show further progressed, the producers continued to experiment with new storylines and characters in an attempt to keep it fresh and relevant. These changes, while necessary, sometimes had mixed results, as some fans felt that the show had lost its original charm and magic. That said, the legacy of Diff'rent Strokes is undeniable. The show broke new ground in terms of its depiction of race and class and helped pave the way for other shows that tackled important social issues. The show's catchphrase, "What you talking about, Willis?" became a cultural phenomenon and remains one of the most iconic lines in television history. As the show continued to navigate the changing television landscape of the 1980s, it faced further challenges that would test its resilience and ability to adapt. One of the most significant challenges was the aging of its young stars, notably Gary Coleman, who played the beloved character Arnold Jackson. Gary's portrayal of Arnold was a crucial part of the show's success. However, as he grew older, the producers faced the difficult task of adapting the show to reflect his changing age and maturity. The aging of the child stars also brought about new challenges in terms of storylines and character development. The show had to evolve to accommodate the changing dynamics of its main characters and ensure that the stories remained relevant and relatable to its audience. The changing dynamics of the cast and the television industry also had an impact on the show's ratings. While Diff'rent Strokes had been a ratings juggernaut in its early years, the show began to experience a decline in viewership as it progressed into the later seasons. This decline was attributed to a variety of factors, including changes in the cast, shifts in the television landscape, and the evolving tastes of the audience. Despite the challenges faced by Diff'rent Strokes, for years, the show remained a cultural touchstone and continued to have a significant impact on television and popular culture. Its portrayal of a mixed-race family and its willingness to tackle important social issues helped to pave the way for other shows that addressed similar controversial themes. Moreover, the legacy of Diff'rent Strokes extends beyond its impact on television. The show's stars, including Gary Coleman, Todd Bridges, and Dana Plato, became household names and cultural icons. Their performances and the characters they portrayed left a lasting impact on the hearts and minds of viewers. The show's legacy is also evident in the way it helped to break down racial barriers and challenge stereotypes. Its portrayal of a black father figure in the form of Mr. Drummond was groundbreaking at the time and helped to challenge the prevailing stereotypes of black men in the media. Furthermore, the show's depiction of a mixed-race family living in harmony was a powerful message that resonated with viewers and helped to foster a sense of unity and understanding. The show's willingness to address important social issues, such as race, class, and family dynamics, help to open up meaningful conversations and challenge prevailing attitudes and beliefs. But just like any other successful television show, Diff'rent Strokes was not without its share of controversies and challenges. One of the significant controversies that plagued the show was the legal battle over Gary Coleman's finances. Gary, who played the beloved character Arnold, was one of the highest-paid child actors of his time, earning up to $100,000 per episode at the peak of the show's success. However, in 1989, Coleman sued his parents and former manager for mismanaging his finances. He claimed that they had squandered his earnings and left him with little to show for his years of hard work. The legal battle was a public and messy affair that highlighted the pitfalls of child stardom and the potential for exploitation by those in a position of trust. The legal battle was a watershed moment for child actors and led to increased scrutiny of the way in which their earnings were managed. It also highlighted the need for better protections for child actors to prevent exploitation and financial mismanagement. Another controversy that marred the show's legacy was the personal struggles faced by its young stars. Dana, who played the role of Kimberly Drummond, also struggled with drug addiction and legal troubles after the show ended. Her struggles were well documented in the media and became a cautionary tale of the potential pitfalls of child stardom. Similarly, Todd Bridges, who played the role of Willis Jackson, also faced legal troubles and struggled with addiction in the years following the show's conclusion. The personal struggles of the show's young stars became emblematic of the challenges faced by child actors in navigating the pressures of fame and the transition to adulthood. In addition to the legal battles and personal struggles faced by its stars, Diff'rent Strokes also faced criticism for handling certain social issues. While the show was praised for its willingness to tackle important topics, some critics argued that it often oversimplified complex issues and presented them in a way that was palatable for a mainstream audience. Moreover, some critics argued that the show relied on racial and ethnic stereotypes to portray certain characters. For example, the character of Arnold was often depicted as the cute and sassy black child, a stereotype that has long been used to marginalize and dehumanize black people. Similarly, the character of Willis was often depicted as the streetwise black teenager, another harmful stereotype. Despite these criticisms, Diff'rent Strokes remains an integral part of television history and is fondly remembered by many fans. The show's impact on television and popular culture is undeniable, and its legacy continues to be felt today. Furthermore, the show's portrayal of a mixed-race family and its willingness to address important social issues helped to pave the way for other shows that tackled similar themes. The show's impact on television and popular culture is a testament to the power of storytelling and the importance of representation in media. The portrayal of a mixed-race family in Diff'rent Strokes was a significant departure from the typical family sitcoms of the time, which often featured predominantly white casts. This representation was important in normalizing diversity on television and challenging the stereotypes often associated with black families. The impact of the show on other black artists in the 80s was profound. Its success opened doors for other black actors and actresses, helping to pave the way for future generations of black artists in the entertainment industry. The show also helped to inspire other shows featuring Black leads, contributing to a more diverse and inclusive media landscape. The characters of Arnold and Willis were depicted as intelligent, well-behaved children who were loved and supported by their father. This positive representation was a stark contrast to the often negative portrayals of Black families in the media at the time. The legacy of Diff'rent Strokes can be seen in the numerous other shows featuring Black leads and mixed-race families that have followed in its footsteps. Shows such as The Cosby Show, Family Matters, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air all owe a debt to Diff'rent Strokes for helping to pave the way for their success. In addition to its impact on television, the show also had a profound effect on popular culture. Its catchphrases, characters, and theme song have all become iconic elements of 80s pop culture. The show's influence can be seen in various forms of media, from movies and television shows to music and fashion. The groundbreaking nature of Diff'rent Strokes was not just a product of its diverse cast or the socioeconomic messages it conveyed. At its core, it was a show about love, family, and the challenges we face in our journey through life, regardless of race or background. It represented a microcosm of the larger world, a world that is rich in diversity and complexity. The bonds formed between the characters were symbolic of the bridges that can be built when we open our hearts and minds to those who may be different from us. The relationship between Mr. Drummond, a wealthy white businessman, and his adopted Black sons, Arnold and Willis, was central to the show's narrative. Their relationship challenged the prevailing stereotypes and prejudices of the time and showcased a familial love that transcended race. It was a testament to the power of love and acceptance, a message that was revolutionary in the 80s and remains relevant today. Furthermore, Diff'rent Strokes was also instrumental in highlighting the importance of education. Arnold and Willis were consistently encouraged to prioritize their studies and to strive for academic excellence. This emphasis on education was a crucial message, particularly for Black audiences, as it reinforced the value of knowledge and the opportunities it can provide. The show recognized the barriers that often exist for Black individuals in the pursuit of education and sought to inspire and motivate viewers to overcome these obstacles. Additionally, Diff'rent Strokes addressed various social issues that were pertinent to its time, such as drug abuse, child abuse, and racism. In doing so, it provided a platform for open dialogue and reflection. The show did not shy away from the complexities of these issues and instead tackled them head-on, providing valuable lessons for its viewers. Today, the influence of Diff'rent Strokes extends beyond its initial run on television. Its legacy can be seen in the countless shows that have followed in its footsteps, each building upon the foundation laid by Diff'rent Strokes. The show's impact on the television landscape was profound, paving the way for a more diverse and inclusive media environment. The importance of representation cannot be overstated. The show provided a much-needed platform for Black actors and actresses, showcasing their talents and contributing to a shift in the industry. The show's success demonstrated that there was a market for diverse storytelling and that audiences were ready and willing to embrace shows that reflected the world around them. Today, the impact of Diff'rent Strokes on the television industry is evident in the increased representation of Black actors and actresses on screen. We see a more diverse range of characters and stories, with shows like Blackish, Insecure, and Atlanta continuing the legacy of Diff'rent Strokes. These shows are not just entertaining, they are also educational, providing valuable insights into the Black experience. The show's success also opened doors for other Black artists in the 80s, including writers, directors, and producers. These individuals were given the opportunity to tell their stories and to contribute to the rich tapestry of American television. The doors opened by Diff'rent Strokes have allowed for a more inclusive and representative media landscape, one that reflects the diversity of the American population. In retrospect, Diff'rent Strokes wasn't just a sitcom. It was a significant cultural touchstone that painted a vivid picture of the changing landscape of American society in the late 70s and 80s.
It really was.
The show was a beacon of hope and possibility, demonstrating that love, acceptance, and understanding can break down the most formidable walls that divide us. On top of that, the show's impact on American pop culture cannot be overstated. It gave us memorable catchphrases like, "What you talking about, Willis?" that still resonate in our collective consciousness today. But more than that, the show was a trailblazer in its portrayal of a mixed-race family, challenging the stereotypes and racial biases of the time. This was a significant step forward in the fight for racial equality and representation on television. The show has had a lasting influence on the television industry, paving the way for future generations of Black actors and actresses. It also served as a stepping stone for other Black creatives in the industry, including writers, directors, and producers. This opening of doors has allowed for a more diverse range of stories to be told, reflecting the true diversity of American society. It is also worth noting that Diff'rent Strokes dealt with various social issues that were relevant to its time. The show addressed topics such as drug abuse, child abuse, and racism, providing valuable lessons for its audience. These themes remain relevant today, making it a timeless piece of television history. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for
Man, oh man. I truly believe that this is one of the most touching videos that I've have done in my career, bro. One of the most touching. I didn't even know Dana, you know, I didn't even know she passed away. I don't know exactly where all the Diff'rent Strokes cast members are and what they're doing. But I will say this is very touching, man. And then like they were said in the video, the diversity, the love, the everything, bro. Mr. Drummond and gave me the same feel as Dr. Hustable, bro. I mean, when I was younger watching Diff'rent Strokes, I thought Mr. Drummond was cool. I still think he's a cool guy. I don't know if he's still living, but during them times on the show, he was a very cool dad or stepdad or adopted dad or whatever you want to call it. But this is a sad ending, man. When these kids is going through stardom at a very, very early age, man, like Arnold parents are ripping him off. I'm pretty sure them kids don't know anything about lawyers and everything, so their parents probably their managers 9 times out of 10. So that's kind of crazy. I remember that case too. Think about it. But man, the passing of Dana has really had touched me though. It really did, man. It really did. That was one of my favorite shows, man. That's one of my favorite all-time shows. And that's crazy. But it's life. It's life. And life must go on. So my condolences goes out to her family and her friends and her fans, of course. And until next time, man, this is your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, signing off saying peace and love.